first comments. I'll start with you, Vinita. It's horrifying. Can you tell us the extent of influence that was used, according to your information, to initially try and mollycoddle this allegedly drunk but certainly underage driver who was seen in a pub till 2:30 in the morning? So we don't know how his alcohol test came back clean. Ma'am, please go ahead.
Yes, it's absolutely horrific that he actually brutally kills the two youngsters with a speed of 200 to 240 kilometers per hour. And all that his dad had to do is to just call up the NCP MLA of Vadgaon Sheri, Mr. Sunil Tingre, who rushed to the Yadoda police station, and with pressure from him, he was first treated like a VIP, being given chicken burger and pizza and other junk food to make him comfortable for a crime which is so dastardly. And he, through his influence, the police also gave in, whether it was the police inspector or the other authorities, that they completely diluted the FIR to the extent saying that he did not drink. And after that, in fact, after that, when the police commissioner today has revealed that he had suggested that he should be treated like an adult criminal, and that he should be put to 15-day at the remand home in custody, all that happened that he went back to his luxurious home, and his father tried to flee away and was caught in Sambhajinagar today only because the social media got so active. And I must give credit to the Congress Lok Sabha candidate, Mr. Ravindra Dhangekar, who immediately rushed to the police station and demanded justice. I mean, here two lives are in blood lying on the road, and the entire machinery is just taking up the cause of this boy who has actually killed. And not only that, today I got a message from my friend that she actually was saved when this car was almost going to run her down. And this is in Kalyani Nagar area, because of the Pune becoming a youngster city, because it becoming an IT hub. There are huge number of pubs there in the upper Lipstiff neighborhood of Kalyani Nagar and Koregaon Park. And only the nexus between the pub owners, the police authorities, excise department, and the politicians, this only works. And no matter that months and months of agitation by citizens has come to null and void.
Can I ask you to briefly talk about why this particular NCP MLA that you name? What is the connection? Who is this father? Why is he so powerful? He's the owner of an organization, a realty firm called Brahma Realty. Can you talk a little bit about what's the nexus between, allegedly according to you, between this NCP MLA and Mr. Vishal Agarwal?
So Pune has deteriorated, and it has become a builder's city of builders, for builders, and by builders. So the builders have heavy nexus with all politicians. And in this case, he's allegedly the business partner of Mr. Vishal Agarwal, and apparently his very thick friend. So this nexus is working for anything and demolishing citizen campaigns, be it saving the hills and be it protesting against the pubs. And hence, this is a close proximity. It's a friendship. It is a friendship with a nexus, with an agenda of money that spurred Mr. Sunil Tingre. No, and I want to say, Sunil Tingre has been contacted by the people in the neighborhood for roads, potholes, metro, BRT. He never turns up. And here, within half an hour, he just rushed there.
Let me bring in also the role of the court. Right? Abhijit, if I can bring you in, I think we've just lost Rachna, but I'm sure she'll reconnect. Abhijit, the court's role has been absolutely ridiculous, right? A 300-word essay. Is this holiday homework? Is this like bunking a class that you're being asked to write a 300-word essay? Like, the fact is if the court had just taken a different view, perhaps we wouldn't all be in this position. Hang on, Abhijit, I can't hear you. Can we unmute Abhijit, please? Yeah,
Yeah,
there you are.
thanks, Barkha. So, there's several layers to this, even with regards to the court. First, that this is a juvenile court and this boy is underage, which I accept, fine. You want to give him bail under the lower standards of a juvenile, that's also fine by me. The issue is, where was the judgment of the judge in determining the bail conditions? There is discretion given even in bail conditions, which should have been much more serious. A 300-word essay in our CBSE 10th standard exam, we used to write 300-word essays. It used to take 5 minutes for us to write it. He's given 5 minutes of work, number one. There were more important things, that the kid should not leave home, the kid should not socialize anywhere, there needs to be constant monitoring of the kid, and he needs to report to a police station, etc., etc., etc. None of that has been done. So he was given literally the minimum possible conditions for the bail as humanly possible. Second, he is already, as of 48 hours, in breach of bail conditions. Because if you remember, the bail condition was for the next 15 days, he has to report to the RTO and study road rules and things like that. He has not reported yesterday, and as far as we know, he has not reported today. So he's already in breach of those bail conditions, right? So where do we go with this? The problem with courts also is, Barkha, there is a third angle to all of this. I've tweeted out a whole thread on this. These things take so long to come to court that it gives all these moneyed people the opportunity to start destroying evidence systematically. We saw evidence destroyed yesterday itself systematically, when it took something like 5-6 hours. The kids were first taken to hospital and things like that. They could have got the blood toxicology done out there. No, it was not done. They were brought back to the police station to do certain tests. And out there, they were fed chicken burgers and pizza. Now, we all know the longer you wait and the more fat you consume. Notice the foods given are high-fat foods, which consume alcohol within the blood and dilute the toxicology results. So the toxicology results have clearly been tampered with. The third aspect of this is, the lawyer is now already on record saying that his client has been A, falsely implicated. B, what automotive defense lawyers are telling me is that the line is going to be that it is the two victims who are at fault out here because they weren't wearing helmets, and because the wounds were sustained because they were pushed in front of the handlebars and there was an impact on objects of the head. It was their responsibility, otherwise they would not be dead. So where do we go from here? This is literally a red flag. If you look at all the cases that we've discussed so far, there is the case of Ponti Chadha's grandson, Ashish Chadha, in Delhi. It has been over 5 years that it has not come to court. There has been the case of Sujata Shroff, also of Pune. She's some big shot builder consortium's owner. It has been 7 years since she was brought. That case has gone cold completely. Where are we going with this? You can't have one law where Teesta Setalwad gets bail overnight, and then the court says, oh, if you're important or not does not matter in fast tracking the case.
I mean, you've named Teesta Setalwad. There are many other examples, even in Umar Khalid, whom you ideologically disagree with. But I know on our podcast, you said you felt he should get bail.
Absolutely. Look, like I said, I don't oppose the bail of this kid. If it is under the Juvenile Justice Act, then it has to be given. And I also believe the police is raising this Juvenile Justice Act to be tried as an adult to buy time. They want to divert. This is a very known case of what the police does. They use, instead of talking about the clauses that they want to charge him with, they divert attention by talking about juvenile justice, etc., which gives them time to mop up evidence.
Okay, now on the role of the police, there's the role of the police, there's the role of the court, there's the role of politicians, and then there's the role of this family itself. So there's all of this to talk about. The police has responded and they have said, show us what we could have done differently. So before I actually come to Mr. P.K. Jain, I want to play out the response of the police. And Mr. P.K. Jain, do listen because you can respond right after that. Take a look.
एफआईआर में 5 आरोपी थे, उसमें से 3 आरोपियों को कल हमने लेट नाइट अरेस्ट किया, उनको आज हम कोर्ट में प्रोड्यूस करेंगे. जो उसके फादर है और जो एक और आरोपी था उसको आज ताबे में, फादर को औरंगाबाद, वो फरार था परसों से, उसको आज अर्ली मॉर्निंग आवर्स में औरंगाबाद से एक होटल से उसको ताबे में लिया गया है और उसको ट्रांजिट पे यहाँ लाया जा रहा है। ट्रांजिट पीरियड जो जब तक वो पहुंचेगा उसके बाद जो भी मेडिकल और बाकी फॉर्मेलिटीज है करके उसको कल कोर्ट में ये दोनों आरोपियों को प्रोड्यूस किया जाएगा।
Now, one of the things that he says is, show us what we could have done differently. Mr. Jain, do you believe the police has behaved as it ought to have, or is it trapped by the letter of the law, which is in a way what the police is arguing?
I would like to come on the legal points straightway. One of the panelists has already stated that the police has not acted right. I am not sure about the wording of the FIR, whether the offence was registered under Section 304A or under Section 304, which is culpable homicide. Because under the Juvenile Justice Act, if it is a heinous offence, then the bail can be denied. The person can be that juvenile culprit or offender can be sent to the remand home for 15 days. In this case, it was not done. So I believe that Section 304 was not applied at that time. And I don't know whether the father was made accused in the CP does say that 5 persons were accused and father happens to be one of them. So as far as law is concerned, they've taken the right action. The only thing is whether Section 304 was applied right in the beginning or it was applied subsequently. What did the remand application state? Whether they had asked for the police custody on the basis of the sections applied, or so all these things are probably not in the public domain as of now. Uh, uh, if it was presented to be a case of road accident, then the accused gets an automatic right to get bail in the court because it's a bailable case. But it was unfortunate. I mean, there are a number of questions which have been left unanswered. And I believe that, yes, the accused will get the benefit of doubt wherever a small lacuna has been left, either in the FIR or in the investigation, which as of now it appears that we are only talking of technicalities, that the accused will be arrested. Of course, they'll be arrested, they'll be produced in the court. But what after that? Like one of my co-panelists has just stated that cases are pending for years together. And I know what is the travesty of justice. Unfortunately, big shot lawyers who have face value with the courts, get relief for their clients beyond anybody's imagination. It's a money play and it's a power play.
So please note
Barkha.
that none of us are, yeah, but Mr. Jain, please note that none of us are hopeful that justice is going to be served in this case, notwithstanding the arrests that have been made. Rachna, is that the feeling on the ground among ordinary people, among people who are canvassing to mobilize public opinion, to put pressure on the police? Is there a sense of cynicism? Is there a sense of helplessness?
You're asking me? Okay. Of course, there's helplessness after what has happened when he's got the bail. We've been fighting the system. Administration has failed us miserably. To last 2.5 years, we've been following up this pub culture. We are not against the pubs. We just want that the police should adhere to the timings and see to it that the pubs only ply up to 1:30. After the billing, maybe 2. Here at 3:30 up to 5, we've been complaining. They're all running. They're open and people can enjoy their, dancing and drinking. The issue is when we've taken it to all the levels, be it the Pune Municipal Commissioner, the CP Police Commissioner, the collector, the excise department, madam, we've got a lot of paper trail to validate what we are saying. It's not being done just by verbal messages. The MLA, the corporator, we've done it at every level, but we are very saddened by this. Was bound to happen one day, but not at the cost of losing 2 young lives. It's sad. And now it's become a mockery.